Hey, Matt Malone here. Hey, get over here. Get over here. Oh, hello. Hey, this is going to be like just a talking head video of me just debriefing everything that went on over at TK's new sim racing garage in Indianapolis this last weekend. And yeah, I just want to let you know, because I did get to try the active pedals from SimuCube, so we'll get to that. But cool event. It was just like kind of like a party, just a showcase to say like, hey, my sim racing garage is open. There were some representatives from like SimuCube there and some other companies. Gomez was there. And just some of his friends and family were there too. So it was really cool. And so anyway, so the whole family went. Me, Samantha, the kiddos. We rented a van, a Chrysler Pacifica. Anyway, so we make the long travel to Indianapolis. It wasn't that far. It was like 3.5 hours, about 4 hours, I guess, with the kids making all the stops, you know. But we got a hotel, got a car. It was all good. But yeah, he had his company car, the McLaren. Now, if you saw the video that was released yesterday, you got to see a little bit more in depth. Now, when I was there, I didn't really get a whole lot of chance or opportunity. I mean, I could have gotten a lot more content, but I didn't because I was just there in the moment. And I was testing out mostly the active pedals, but just looking at all the rigs, just looking at everything, just hanging out, talking to Gomez. Make It Wayne was there. Quirk was there, obviously. And then obviously Tony was there, but he's like super busy. He's like running around doing all this stuff. The guy's a hard worker, man. You got to give it up for him. You know, sometimes people in his position, you know, they just delegate everything. No, this guy's hands-on, man, and I love it. Yeah, it was. We got there kind of late. It was from 2 to 6, and we showed up at like 4. And then the kids started getting a little ornery, so I took Samantha and the kids back to the hotel. So that's like another 20 minutes that I wasn't there for. But overall, it was amazing. Just me, Quirk, and Wayne were kind of just hanging out and trying out the active pedals. Now, the active pedals, they had them set up on the rig. And let me tell you, these things are crazy. Now, I was thinking about it. I'm like, who are these pedals for? Are they for like super hardcore sim racers? Are they for people that are really into simulation and immersion? Because I can't figure it out yet. I think we got to get these active pedals from SimuCube into the hands or into the feet of a lot more sim racers out there to try to get a more general sense of, you know, is this really, are esports drivers going to be using these things? Is it more for the casual, like, immersion guy? Is it just for somebody that's got buku bucks and you just spend whatever on their rig? I have no idea, but I'll tell you some of the things that these things can do. Excuse me. I'm also watching Corketize right now. He's doing a subathon. So go over to his every time I go to the channel, it's like the time increases. So every time somebody subs, the time that he has to stream increases. It's like over 20 hours right now. So I'm sure by the time you see this video, he's still going to be streaming. But check him out anyway. He put a lot of work into the garage as well, helping Tony. But so these active pedals, it's really wild stuff because you can change it. Everything can be done on the fly. So in the simulator that we were in, it was triple monitors with a 4th monitor. So you can have the software up on the 4th monitor, and as you're driving and as you're messing about in iRacing, you can be moving sliders, you know, changing all the stuff that you can. Now, I was messing with the ABS because I thought that it would be quite the advantage to because you can have the ABS kick in, but I thought, let's try to get it to where when you push and you hit the ABS and to activate ABS, it's just very subtle little vibration on the pedal, just so you know that ABS is being kicked in, so you kind of know that threshold. And I was able to dial it in with the smoothness, the frequency, and the intensity. There's like 3 different sliders you can use. And I was able to get it to where you're hard braking, and once you hit ABS, it's just a slight little vibration on the pedal that gives you the feedback, and so you know, boom, I'm in ABS right now, which is just wild stuff. Now, I didn't try it out, but I was talking with Gomez, and he said that because right now I'm using the Asetek it's a two-stage situation hydraulic brake, meaning you get a little bit of travel, and that's used for trail braking and such. You get that little bit of travel, and then it goes full on the hydraulics, so then it's all based on pressure. So it's like you can Google like 2-stage brake situation. But And I was like, well, this is all based, I'm looking at the active pedals. I'm like, this is all based on travel. I'm like, he's like, oh no. He's like, you can simulate a 2-stage hydraulic brake, because you can have the slider go nice and easy and then get the intensity really, really hard at a certain point, whatever you choose. So I was like, oh my gosh, but I didn't get a chance to try that out or set that up. But these pedals, I guess, just do everything. And then there was another situation where he was telling me about, like, so for instance, like the carousel at Road America, and how you have to keep like a constant perfect speed through there, and maybe you use the throttle. Like for me, I use the throttle as an on-off switch, so I'm just like on-off, hit the brake on. But if you're good and you're smooth, you're just like keeping that perfect amount of throttle that you need to get through the carousel, depending on the car, obviously. But he said that you can set up in the throttle. I mean, all the pedals are the same. They're all the active pedals. Every single one of them is the same. You just set them up for each pedal that you're using. So for the throttle, you'd set it up nice and easy. Obviously you don't want the same pressure as the brake. But anyway, you can set up that, like, let's say you need 80% throttle through the carousel, right? So then you can set in the software at 80%. It gives you a little bit of feedback at 80%. That way you're at 80% because you can feel it in the pedal. I said, that's cheating. Gomez says, no, that's innovation. So we were having a good old laugh about that. But so that's interesting. That just like it makes my mind just race about how many different things you could do like that with with the brake and the throttle. There's you figure you can use that, apply that to so many different situations in sim racing. And like, I don't know, you can just go nuts, but to be able to dial that all in on the fly and the software, like I said, I just messed kind of with the ABS. I did mess with the travel. I wanted a little bit more travel and stuff like that. And the throttle, you can make it real easy to push, obviously. And I like a little bit more travel when it comes to the throttle and stuff like that. I wish that it was kind of sitting flat, but there's just so many different ways you can mess with it, because you can put it up at an angle, you can change the throw, you can change the angle of the throw, those things, it truly is amazing. And now Quirk's been using them at his house now, and there's been some discussion about that. And just be able to basically what I'm saying is I'm not even sure who they're for, Is it strictly for immersion? Because some of the ABS, like where they had the ABS, it would really vibrate, so much so to where like it's gonna mess with the braking in the game and it's like moving your foot. So I don't know if it's more for immersion or if esports guys are gonna like them, or I have no idea. I think the main selling point of them, and I'm not trying to sell them to you, I have no affiliation with SimiCube or anything, and we just know that these are, this is a hot topic in the sim racing equipment discussion with these active pedals. They cost you an arm and a leg just for one pedal. I think one pedal could buy 2 of my 2008 Ford Escapes. But anyway, I think the matter of it's the adaptability of the pedal. So you could get that pedal and give it to every sim racer, and 99 out of 100 sim racers are going to be able to adjust it in a certain way, whether that be the physical adjustment of the pedal, how it's mounted, where it's mounted, the angle in which it's mounted, and then after that, all the software adjustments that you can make through the software. So it's pretty wild, and they're huge. They're much bigger than I thought. The thing is, they're huge. So it was pretty incredible. But anyway, that was my thoughts on the active pedal. I wish, obviously, if I had them at home, you can test them for longer and really take a deep dive into the rabbit hole and adjust it till your heart's content. But yeah, I found that they were pretty nice. But anyway, so we're there. He's got like 4 or 5 rigs. You saw the video from yesterday. We were just hanging out. I want to show you this. So originally when I got my Gomez rim, and Gomez built this on his live stream, and he had signed it. He signed it right there. So I brought it with, and I got Tony to sign it right there. Pretty good, huh? So I got there's the Tony one, and that's the Gomez signature. So that's really cool to me that I got that signed by Tony and Gomez, 2 separate occasions. So that's pretty special. And then TK gave me a replica helmet from his Indy 500, most recent Indy 500. But I actually made some of my specialty kettle corn. I'll call it Malone's kettle corn. So I made a couple batches of that. And, you know, Samantha made up a real nice box, and we gave that to Tony Kanaan. I said, now, Tony, you can bust this out right now and let the plebs have some, or you can keep this safe and have it at your house, you know, for a special night. You know, so he stored it away. But, yeah, it was cool hanging out with Tony, hanging out with Quirk, and all that. And it was just a good time. And he's talking, so the idea is, and we touched on this a little bit in the video. My mic cut out. Sorry about that. It died. I had to plug it in. So I'm not sure where I left off. I guess I'll find out when I edit this. But I was talking about what the future of the TK Garage is, what it's going to look like. And I've been fantasizing in my head, amongst a lot of other things that involve Tony Kanaan, is that come winter, when we do the PESC All-Star races, can you imagine having Tony Kanaan, Quirk, myself, the likes of maybe Casey Kerwin, all in the same sim racing headquarters in his garage, all lined up, doing a league race like that for the All-Star PESC races? That would be something special. It's almost like a LAN party, obviously, at that point. I've never been involved in anything like that. But that would be amazing, just to go there, hang out, do the race, hang out afterwards. You know, I mean, this would be something special, you know, maybe. So yeah, that's just one of the many possibilities that a sim racing garage that he's set up will offer us in the community and everybody involved. Because I mean, think about what leaps and bounds the sim racing community has gone through just because of Tony Kanaan building this sim racing headquarters. I'm telling you. This thing's incredible, and I'm not just being selfish. You know, it's good for the whole community. You got different companies bringing different stuff on to market. Maybe they have a prototype. Maybe SimiCube has like the new active pedal version 2, or Asetek has something new coming out, or you know, whatever. Maybe Logitech comes out with you know, direct drive wheel, and then we can test it out over there in his garage and have like some videos and stuff, or whoever's there. I mean, I can't be traveling to Indianapolis every other weekend. You know, I'm not Quirk over here. I'm not putting 25,000 miles on my brand new Kia. That guy's a workhorse. It's unbelievable, actually. Quirk's the man, dude. But just in the big picture of things, you know, I could see that being like a testing ground, or like where new products get announced, or you know, it's put through its paces. You know, you get a couple, 3-4 different, you know, maybe you get some, maybe you get a whole esports team come in there and then do an event or test out some equipment or whatever, man. The possibilities are endless. It's just super exciting to even be a part of it, and to even get the invite, and to even know Tony Kanaan and all that stuff. And it was really nice meeting him, and I am super proud of him and what he's done and what he's accomplished and what his new venture is into the sim racing space, and that he's done so well to fit in very organically. Tony Kanaan has through Twitch streaming and just being a part of the community in general, and everything that he's done, and just he knows, he gets it, you know, he knows how to have fun. And he loves racing, but he also knows how to have fun. So that's really what it's all about. I'm not really sure if there was anything else. Showed you the signatures, the helmet. But yeah, all in all, it was short-lived trip, obviously. But we had a pretty nice hotel. Ellie actually got to be able to swim in a pool for the very first time, although she never let go of Mama. But actually, that hotel did kind of suck, because right across, it's a Wyndham. I wouldn't recommend going to the Wyndham Hotel, because right across the street from like some soccer fields and baseball fields and stuff, there's like a big event on Sunday, like, oh, when's the big tournament start? 10 a.m. And like, all these damn kids running around, you know, and then they had this huge, you go down to the lobby, they had this huge breakfast area, right? Huge breakfast area. It looked like they could have had a heck of a buffet. A real smorgasbord, if you will. And I got up like super early, because we're all sleeping in one bed, and I just get like pushed out eventually, and Ellie's just like snoring, sprawled out. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And we were on like Indiana time. There was a time change. But anyway, so I woke up like extra early. It was probably like 5. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm kind of hungry. Maybe they got some breakfast started, you know? So I get down to the lobby at like 6, and I'm like, it's just ghost town. There's nobody there. Absolutely nobody there. And the place is a freaking mess. It's a disaster. I walk down a little ways. There's a little game room. It's just a complete disaster. There's cups, popcorn everywhere. A complete mess. I walk down to the pool. Towels everywhere. It looked like dang children tornado came through. But anyway. I'm like, well, it's pretty early, you know. Maybe they don't open till 7, you know. And then I just hang around, mess around, and then head back down at like 7, and it's still empty. And I'm like, all right. So then, you know, I'm like, maybe they don't open the breakfast till 8 o'clock, you know. So I go back upstairs, and I'm hanging out, and you know, the family's still sleeping. And I'm just like, I got nothing to do, you know. Wait, I should have brought my sim rig in the hotel room, but. So then I go down at like 8 o'clock, and it's nothing. It's a ghost town. Then I start Googling the reviews, and everyone's like, no breakfast. This is BS. No breakfast. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So then I was super, super hungry, and where am I going with this? And we finally ended up, much later on as we were leaving, we went to a Denny's. Oh, my God, Denny's, man. Well, how far they have fallen. When I was growing up, I swear Denny's was like good quality food. I swear we went there and we were eating rubber yoga mats. Everything was so fake, so rubbery, so disgusting. I cannot believe it. Everywhere you touched, everything was either sticky or slippery. You know, the table was sticky, the floor was slippery. I didn't know what that was going on. I didn't know which way was up or down. And then I felt pretty sick afterwards. But you know, that's the American way. You know, eating some Denny's on the road. Little family road trip. So anyway, I'm keeping the YouTube video streak going, just so you know. I'm the only one that cares. But daily videos on the YouTube. We'll be streaming Tuesday. That's today. That's when this comes out. And we'll also be doing a special Samsung stream on Thursday. So check it out. Don't forget to subscribe or like the video or share it with all your family, friends, uncles, and cousins and coworkers. And we're going to keep it going, guys, because winter is almost here.